Hello. Hi, friends. Hi there. Welcome to Magic with Melly. I am Melly, and I'm sharing my magical space with you to unlock your magic, essentially to get things rolling as far as manifesting, understanding, and delivering what you want out of that. The more you know about yourself and what situation you are in, the more you can do for it. The title says swinging back and forth, bittersweet. So you may be dealing with a bittersweet situation. You may be going back and forth between people or between deciding careers, deciding schools to go to. Some of you are going to be attending school. Some of you need to pick where to apply or which, school may be significant because it's the time of year that school is beginning for some children. So I think that some of the collective are dealing with inner child healing because swinging for me is a childhood thing. And I remember really enjoying it, but it is, I always swung from like in a diagonal because of how my legs were. And so, but that is very unique for me. And for the rest of you, I think you guys may just have fondness with swinging or inner child healing. It could just be significant. Anyway, I have I have all of my oracle cards set up for you. I'm going to live shuffle all of them. And so that's going to be exciting. They definitely have messages for you today. We're speaking on the Queen of Cups here and Four of Pentacles as an overall theme from the Giant Rider-Waite. What I'm picking up from this essentially is feeling like let yourself feel your stuff, like feel it, feel your feelings, feel the fuck out of them, so that you can understand what's really going on. I think that there may be attachments happening, and some of the physical health issues that are occurring may be from your body internalizing either current situations or past situations, multiple situations. The severity could be very small to very traumatic. I have some tarot that's ready to come out, and I kept having the devil wanting to show itself on the Rider-Waite, and now it's here again after I picked up the deck and I shuffled and it's out again. And so I think we really need to talk about addictions for some. And I'm not just talking about addictions when it comes to recreational drugs or herbs of such. I am also talking about just addictive behavior. It can be a multitude of things. Just I think some of you are having a hard time and keep going back to a thing over and over. You go like, that's why we have like a back and forth, like some behavioral things that you can't seem to break, or just certain attachments you can't let go of. This is sort of about that. You find yourself being back and forth between maybe who do I commit to, what do I commit to, what's my project, what's my intention here, what's the idea here. Like all of these questions are running through your mind back and forth, what's my purpose. And so we're really, I think, with more context now, we have death and we have the Emperor. some things are needing to come to an end, or at least some things need to be revealed. Some things need to just be understood after they're revealed, and that may be a message, but then maybe after some information is revealed, the way that you feel about it may be completely different than some other people in the collective. So some of you may want to stay, some people may be like walking away from situations as things are revealed or things come to an end. Spirit just wants to remind you that endings come with beginnings. So just be excited for the next chapter in your life. Anyway, let's get going on these oracle cards. Let me clear space. This was sage burning, as you can see, so we are in a clean, energetic start to the reading. I am going to say some affirmations for the collective. And so, without further ado, I believe we're going with this deck. And so before I start shuffling, in this reading, we only allow Spirit to come through with messages on behalf of the highest good. We do not ask any evil or weapons of evil to prevail. We banish that type of energy here. We only bring it forth to be understood so it can be released, so that we can all do better. That is the intention here. Anything that is for you, take it. If it's not for you, make sure that you leave it behind. Give yourself the few minutes to process what you've just received, and if it applies anywhere or somewhere in your life, be careful out there, and your actions are your own before, during, and after this reading. Lots of love, and hopefully let's just get some amazing messages forward for the collective. What's going on here for the highest good of the collective? What does the collective need to experience in their reading? Do I take these? I will then. You are light, creator, air, soul on fire, balance, and rise. We have numbers 56, 38, 14, and 57. So 11s are significant. 1s, 2s, any of those, 56, 57, we have an increase here. You are light, so you need to rise to the occasion, but you can do that by balancing. I'm hearing work-life balance, like work/personal life balance, or even how much physical activity you have and compared to how much you eat and sleep. How much do you create? Creator air, you may be an air sign. I think some of us, we have fire signs here. So Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. We also have Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. The back of this deck says feed your artist. I just saw that right now. So we have 10s are significant, 11s. The 56 ascending to 57 is really cool to see for you guys. I really think Spirit wants to highlight feed your artist. Like, you need, if you're not an artist, you need to find what your art is. If you know you are an artist, you need to apply that part of yourself more. is what I'm hearing, and that's wonderful. Like, really get to it, you know? Like, go ahead and I don't know, like, prop up your device that you're watching this on and, like, do your art at the same time if you want to. It could be therapeutic, who knows? And, like, it's just, like, more podcasting for yourself, right? Partnerships and alliances, 3. Third eye chakra, 6. I'm getting that some of you have a thing with your intuition where you begin to break your standards surrounding it because you're tempted by your addictions, or tempted by sex, or tempted by a good time. And I think you're really tired of being manipulated and lied to, and some of you want to sort of change it from parties you think in college, or even in high school, and going towards like parties for your children, and like all sorts of different shifts. It could be the other way around, where some of you may have lived a really sheltered life and like really protected, really sheltered. That's not necessarily a bad thing, but now you want to go out and have fun. So it's like this temptation, you know, you have this inner knowing about how to harmonize like yourself. Like, you know what you want, but there is somebody or something stopping you, that which you are kind of attached to as well to some degree, which is what's making the decision hard. And the universe, the back of the deck says universe, and I'm hearing from spirit that it's being back and forth, the indecisions making the hard for them to reflect back to you what your reward is, or what you want to do, or what you want to have. Especially if you know it in your heart and you're not acting on it, it makes spirit confused about what to do for you or with you. So you need to sort of reaffirm to yourself, even if you like don't believe in God, or like if like spirit, like I don't know, like how to form your spiritual or religious beliefs, but it's like just communicating more so with yourself, like, what do I really want, and am I doing anything towards that? Like, because like, why am I not doing anything towards what I really want in my heart space? Like, maybe really ask yourself these things, obstacles and challenges, because sometimes maybe you're in your own way. Like, I get that from spirit, is that sometimes it just be like that. We have the throat chakra 5 and another 5 on the obstacles and challenges. So I think we really need to pay attention to how we are seeing our situations towards success. I was just channeling this message in Santa Cruz at an event, and it was all about saying reframing success. Like, success isn't just about money. Success is like telling yourself you're gonna do something, and then you actually do it. You commit to that, and that could be framed as literally anything. If you want to spend a day doing nothing and you successfully do that, that is a success. Even if it's doing nothing, someone might find that to be not like unsuccessful of a day, or unprogressive of a day. And it's like, true, it was, but it's like what you wanted. And I think it's like speaking up for yourself on what you really want and what you really want to do, and like actually giving yourself this time and space, the safety to make certain decisions. Maybe you need to make a game plan. Promise. It could be related to having a promise with somebody. It could be a little somebody or an intimate somebody or a boss somebody that you have, like, just commitment is what I'm hearing, or contract, or just promise in general. Milky Way. So new moon and Milky Way, and now we have perspective. So you guys are seeing, either wanting to see a new perspective here, or have recently came onto a new perspective, possibly about the types of things that you want. I think maybe actually framing that and trying to manifest that for real. Like, some of you can't fully manifest without being clear. Emergence and creation. You see how on this card she has plant growth in her hair and coming out of her crown space, and focalizing some third eye energy there. It's really wonderful, and that's where a lot of things begin, is in your mind. So you don't want to be stuck in your mind. Spirit wants to help release you from being stuck in your mind, but you have to want to create that for yourself as well. Spirit can't just do everything for you and lay everything forward for you. You have to manifest and want it and show Spirit what to do, essentially. And it will surprise you also, because there is divine timing, there is lessons, and like there is just like, it has to have time and the amount of experiences or space to have that magnificence when it's revealed. If that, I have zero idea if that's making sense, but it's like that special, we have harmony again, music. So some of you have just some of you are really musical. Or you just, this is a very important message from Spirit about making sure that you are balanced, making sure that you are in harmony with who you are. And that is really a life purpose type of question. And I really would love to help you get down with it, get down to it. We have effortless. Some things, some gifts you'll find if you return to your inner child. Things that you did in your inner child, that the energy you have towards it is effortless. Like, even in adulthood, that the blockages you had was you, or the blockages you had was the environment you used to be in, or the people you used to be around. And it's like, if you're more grown now, you have more control over who's around you and what they can do. You can like talk back, you can have boundaries, you can, like, if someone pokes you, you poke them back. Give them like a taste of their own medicine. We have focus, release, vigilance. But honestly, it could be one of those things where you don't even want to stoop down to that level. Like, it's not really worth it. You really want to keep your focus on like who you are, what you want to be, and keep manifesting what you want to be every day. Be that. Show up for yourself as that. Be that. Rebirth. We have the cards, crystals or dragonfly could be significant. Your dreams could be significant. Music. The spring equinox, this time period, and any water, areas of water could be significant. I don't really feel like we're dealing with too many water signs, but if you are a water sign, welcome. Like, this could be a reading also. But earlier, I just really heavy got fire sign and the air sign. But you guys are probably hearing this reading too. I think that everyone who needs this message is in this message. So I believe that you guys are looking for the healing and the understanding of like where to be, how to go, and not to get so overwhelmed. And you know, like swinging back and forth also makes me feel like going back and forth with extremes, going through extreme highs, extreme lows, and sort of being exhausted, especially because the lows don't make you really want to, like, sometimes the lows get you too low, right? And then like you end up not even, you like wasting a lot of like times for good times. And I think it's time to stop doing that. Spirit's definitely saying it's time to stop with that. And like just purification, clear, maybe communicate with the ancestry, like your lineage, anybody who's passed away that is a loved one of yours. They are definitely always looking out for you, even if you are not consciously thinking of them. They're probably saving you or hearing out for you and like intuitively telling you things. You are the closest with them with your intuition, especially if you know how to assign significance or symbols for that person. Just know how they would communicate with you on the other side. Some of you have had this conversation, some of you have not, and that's okay. You can still have them even if they pass and be like, well, every time I see or experience this word or this number, I'm going to associate it with you. And so when I see it repeat, or when I see it do this thing, you know, or when I see a certain song or certain anything, like sometimes you'll just know. So some of those signs are very unique. If you see those things, it could be your message. The cosmos, creativity, and vastness. The whole experience here in the universe, in this world, on the earth, our existence, it's vast. It's like very, the experiences are limitless. The dream walker, dreams, the collective good, and illusions. I think this has a lot to do with your manifesting abilities. With dreams, I think you need to walk your life as if you're living your dreams. Like actually like be like if you are an artist, I am an artist. If you already know what type of artist it may be, I am a writer, I am a painter, I am a clay maker, I am a metal shaper, I'm a glass bender. Like however, whatever you are, there, like you need to walk that life of the artist, or walk the life of what's next. So some of you want to start your business. So start manifesting and saying, I am a business owner, and actually envisioning yourself in your business building, envisioning yourself driving to your business building, like all these things, like actually start to think about it, dream it. If you have to sit and close your eyes and consciously do it. That is part of manifesting. I literally had to lay in my bed for a few minutes before this reading and tell myself, I am a card reader. I am a card reader. And yeah, in the middle of this reading, I am going to apologize that I, in current time space, missed a day. I'm a little bit late this week with my video postings. Not that so many of you are tracking so far, but I believe that I have a commitment to you guys, and I am thankful that I'm here. And hopefully no one's upset that I am doing a reading on a Sunday when I have been regularly putting out videos maybe on Mondays and Thursdays. But my schedule's not really regular for anyone. I just channel the messages as Spirit delivers the energy strongly, you know. And so here I am. I have the card, the Shadow Queen. I think this next portion of the reading is all about being aware of this, acquiring knowledge, insecurity, and manipulation. Some of you may have a Shadow Queen in your space. And this is relating to anybody who may be embodying this energy. Acquire knowledge, take it in because they are insecure and they are like thirsty, you know, for that knowledge, thirsty for you. And so they are then manipulating the situation in her favor, because like a shadow, you know, maybe behind the light, literally like it's depicted in the card. But I think that there is a light in your life, a love of your life, maybe a very passionate experience happened for you. And so sometimes someone who is the Shadow Queen will, it's like the stories of when like a bad witch will disguise herself as someone really beautiful and or like really awesome or nice, and then they're really not. It's kind of this energy with the Shadow Queen, is like some of you maybe are dealing with someone who's a friend but isn't a friend, and they really just want to know things to like just watch you, know things to like get ahead of you, or I don't know, like just something towards you, and that's some energy that's not really of your highest good. And so if you have this energy surrounding a Shadow Queen, have boundaries around that. We have the Well Watcher, wisdom, power of the divine. The Camel Boy, small steps, asking for help. It may be having small steps towards like just not engaging as much in conversation, just keeping it safe, or engaging more. It could be however you need to see the situation, because sometimes the Shadow Queen may be coming up as a warning for somebody. It may be coming up as validation of something someone already knows, and they need, you know, instead of they keep going back to the Shadow Queen, they keep coming back. And if it seems like it's falling apart, if the argumentation does not stop, all this, if it doesn't seem as if there's going to be progression, then you will have to take what you know and do little steps towards making a decision. Take what you know and seek what you are desiring and requiring. We have the Map Maker of Destiny. You can make a plan surrounding that. Authentic purpose, inspiration, free will. The Lady of the Mirror, reflection, and non-judgment, back of the deck on that one. That last one. I think you're really needing, Spirit with that last card is really highlighting the significance of being able to look at yourself without hating, without judging in any harsh manners. Like if as much as you don't want to be judged, you or as much as you don't want to be judged, don't do it to yourself then in the mirror. Surrender to wonder and awe, open to the magic of every moment, and sense the awe and wonder in all of life. This attitude will keep you connected to the ecstasy of flow. Flow is such an interesting message to channel. I think that flow has an interesting effect if you just come into a room and move, well, like maybe 1 to 3 things in a space you want to begin to clean up or do work in. Just do it the day before, or like 15 minutes before, or however, like just pace it however you want to, but it's sometime before you actually want to do the task. And then give yourself time to process that you even like did anything towards it, and then do more. Like you'll find yourself ending up doing more. It will just feel more natural. But that's kind of a good message with flow, is just on my library of cards, when I use the decks, I put the decks at the bottom and shift everything upwards. And so the whole bookshelf looks really alive because there's flow with it. And so I think you need to move a few things and then that's the beginning flow. And then you could put a little bit more, and then a little bit more, and then a little bit more. Like you don't want to overwhelm yourself, because your own pacing and your own timing is your own. So you could be a beginner at something. You could be getting to know someone or getting to know a situation. Surrender to effortlessness. So effortlessness, we have that again. Surrender to divine timing, surrender to spirit. These say sometimes divine timing may differ from your ego's timing. If a goal isn't manifesting fast enough according to your ego, be patient and trust the universal flow. Again, the universal flow is more knowing. And so it could be disrespectful essentially to spirit for you to be like, why isn't it here yet? Why isn't it here yet? Well, you need to learn. That is why. You need to learn something. You need to experience something for some time before it's there. And maybe it's about experiencing how to manifest. Or perhaps it's about experiencing how to wait, how to be patient with spirit. Surrender to spirit. This says, once you've done everything you can to achieve a goal, turn the situation over to the divine. Let spirit work its magic for you. Surrender, effortlessness. Stop pushing so hard. The art of living means going with the flow instead of trying to force the river. So much flow here, you guys. Surrender your attachment to results. The formula for success is to do all you can to make things happen, then let go of the results. Holding on too tightly is a desired outcome. Holding on too tightly to a desired outcome can sabotage it. And it says surrender to your soul's path. So I was mentioning the life path thing earlier, and the significance of that with the harmony. And so that's the validation there. Your life journey has been perfectly designed for your soul's growth. Embrace every lesson in every moment. And so that's the thing with the divine timing. If something's not here yet, it's approaching, but it is about your soul's path and learning specific things and going through a duration of whatever it is you need to see or experience before you can really be shaped or understand like the role that you are going to play, or the role that you are aspire to be. Could be in many types of roles. It could be a parental role. It could be a job, like a promotional raise, or a leveling up. Could be so many things. But it's the energy is going to be effortless if you just surrender how, like, your expectations, how it's gonna happen, who's gonna be around you, where, any of that stuff. You need to surrender that and just be like, yes to an opportunity that is worth your while. When I accept the love of the universe as my primary teacher, I will always be guided back to the light. When I'm connected to my joyful presence, I attract support from the universe. When I think I surrendered, I surrender more. The moment I embrace my peace within and surrender the outcome is the moment the universe can truly get to work. I think this spread there is all about needing to surrender and trust what's happening around you. Some of you may be in some really destructive, like earlier I was saying, like extreme energies, extreme goods and extreme bads. So it could be a little bit of both, or one, or like heavy on one or the other for you. And I think that Spirit wants you to trust that something's falling apart. Let it. Someone doesn't want to be around you, let them leave, like, leave them alone. Let that alone. Be alone. Oneness is my true nature. I witness the darkness and call on the light with my prayer. Thank you, universe, for guiding me to perceive this fear through the eyes of the teacher of love. So you may be realizing that in times like, if you feel really alone with your partner, or really alone in your house, even though you're not alone, you can start showing up for yourself in the mirror and start smiling at yourself and waving at yourself in the mirror. But you can also begin to grow that self-love, and then also extend that expectation in your surroundings. Like, people have to show you the same love you show yourself. And so make sure that you reflect about that. If you are showing them the same way you, like, if you are giving them an offense ticket for something that you do to yourself, can you really blame them because you showed them that was okay because you did it to yourself? And so that could be a message there. I honor how I want to feel. Some of you don't realize that how you feel is about yourself. How you feel about someone else could be about yourself. And not everything could be maybe about you. Spirit wants to remind you that your life is about you. Your decisions are about you, but not everything is about you. Everything you do could be about you, but everything else around you isn't going to be about you like that. So I think that is a reminder to balance the you time and the other people time, like me time versus others. Really give yourself your me time. You need it. I create mindful moments throughout the day, reminding myself that I am love and miracles are natural. I love all these messages for you. So I think that to end this reading, we're going to storyboard on the tarot and really get into what happens, what's going on in the collective, like what's coming in, or what, like what we really need to know at this time for the collective through the tarot, just to get the finishing touches on what's up for the collective. Messages for the collective's highest good at this time. Okay, thank you. So we have the Devil reverse. I love to see that because we were talking about that earlier, releasing that energy. Let's see what else though is coming for the collective. What is needed to know at this time for the collective? Ooh. I'm going to take those, but not these. Back of the deck is 2 of Swords. Okay, here, guys and gals, everybody, with this 3 of Wands, taking this journey, it does require releasing the addictive behavior, always going back to something, always going back to someone, always going back to the past, always thinking back to the past, always choosing certain things and not opening up to different things, or not opening up to new things. this energy, it's not going to serve you very well being so closed off to new experiences. The experiences are for you. Some of you have not let something in because you're afraid of it ending or when it will end, but you've already cut to the chase, cut to the end of the story. I mean, if you really want to cut to the end of the story, you know, like everyone dies. But it's like we live again. Um, we have to go through these lessons that, like, it's not so easily said, you know. The purpose for our life is, you know, I think some of you have pondered on this energy for a long time, and I think the time is now to decide between what you are doing right now and pursuing your inner child stuff. And it doesn't have to be such an ultimatum. I like spirits literally saying you can have both. You don't have to hang on so tightly and think that everything's so all or nothing, or that working on it will take away from anything or do anything. The spirit's saying that if your guard is really high, it could be like, yeah, you have a right around people for that, but it's not deserved or reserved for everyone. It's just that the significance of the few people, and there could be a proper amount of space, a new decision surrounding, excuse me, surrounding your situation or surrounding your person. That could be the back and forth. You're going from one end to now the other end. Some of you have spent a long time on one end and want to see the other side. Some of you need to connect to the other side for your guidances. If there's a specific somebody or something you need to connect to, we can try that for, you know, if you need your guidances. The help is accessible. Essentially, though, Spirit wants heavy on this feed the artist card. Like, really choose that either behind the scenes or full force. Some of you are on different areas in your journey. Like, some of you are on level 1, some of you are on level 20, level 200, you know? And so if you are having a hard time feeding your artist, it's about new experiences. I think altogether the collective needs new experiences, either with the people around them already, or creating like new friends and creating new memories too. But it could be just new memories with people you already know and love. There's so much abundance out there. It's all about knowing where you feel good and placing yourself there. That is where you should hang on tight, is the good work and the good energy. Let go of anything else that is, sure, if it's challenging you, it will strengthen you. But if it is intentionally no good, it is trouble constantly, it is just that. It could be purposeful on their end to slow you down or stop you. And that's why some of you have your guard up, because you know, even if it is well hidden, some of you, the intuition is that strong, especially if you are creative. I think Spirit loves to work with creative people because they channel and they show the expression and the love and the messages in ways that maybe we can't communicate with words. And so the art is very gorgeous, it's beautiful. And I think some of you sense this and maybe experience migraines, maybe experience psychic attacks, maybe experience a hard time, maybe a lot of itchiness around your eyes or allergies. You need to maybe calm down your third eye or rebalance, like what is going on energetically that is so off for you, that your upper chakras are so off. If that correlates for you, we can book a session. I offer crystal healing, and then I also offer personal card readings as well. So this was the reading. I hope this brought a deeper understanding or knowing of what to do or where to go, and just filled in some blanks on, especially with like this inner child, however you experience your childhood is going to be very unique. You could have played certain sports, certain video games, certain board games, watched certain movies, watched certain TV shows, played outside a very special way with your neighborhood friends. Maybe you played online in a special way. So you maybe tap more into that, tap deep, deep, deep into that, and do it as an adult. It's going to be so freeing to spend whatever money you want to your parents to do for you as a kid, but as an adult you can do it for yourself. Like getting a real life Barbie Jeep, and it will literally actually just be a Jeep instead. Or it could be, that life-size plastic roller if I really wanted that. In adulthood, if someone wants that, do it. If like, it could be really that ridiculous. Allow yourself the fun and the freedom through your finances. Like, your finances are there for a reason, and it's for your fun and freedom. It's not for just it's not just for your failures and like all this other funky stuff. It's about the good things. You just need to choose it more. And that comes with being more decisive for some. It comes with settling the chaos for some. It comes with releasing addictive things for some. It's a layers of things. I think a lot of you are sensitive or are in a sensitive situation. So whatever you decide to do, really process how your intuition was jogged in this reading. Whoever and whatever it's pointing to, write it out or, talk it out. But do it in a safe place, I would recommend. So mostly amongst yourself. Like, do it for yourself, however it feels safe. If you have a safe loved one you feel comfortable speaking with, or if you want to speak it in therapy or speak it with services that will hear you out, do that, just so that you can understand it. Maybe process it in a meditation. Anything that you feel you require for understanding your readings, I recommend that. So without any other messages, I believe this is the end of the reading. Thank you so much for gathering here today to release and unlock some of this magic. Just make sure that you are channeling your artist and your creativity and being close with spirit through this time and space when you're deciding. Everything will be okay. Affirm that you are just fine and everything is as it should be. Even if it feels overwhelming, you can come back to a relaxed state surrounding it so that you don't make a decision too quickly or out of imbalance. Like, assure yourself you have calmed down behaviorally or understood behaviorally. That's such a funny word. I think that you guys do a wonderful job at seeing others, but the same things you see in others may be what you are seeing in yourself. So as much of a pain in the ass as someone may be, they may be doing it back because you are. Like, or if you absolutely love and adore someone also, they may be also reflecting that, or it could be the opposite because opposites attract. So really know the situations that you're in, because our personalities and us as people, we're really complex. So you could be dealing with a behavioral thing, or it could be somebody else. But for the majority, I think in the collective, we're more decided towards things, especially these things that send us evil or send us hate or any negative energy. Those things are becoming much more clear, and we could build better without certain people and certain things in our surroundings, like making a change and a shift in that way and being less attached for good, like cutting cords. But these are like goodbyes, not, and we say goodbye because it is pleasant to part with them. So maybe you had or we say good night because maybe we wish for them to have a good rest of their night or a good rest of their day. But when we say goodbye, we're also saying that it's pleasant to part with them. That in some wordings, you may say that the time that was spent with them was good, and now it is time for goodbye. Now it's time for the bye. That you're tired now, you want to go home, or something like that. But it could also be that, yeah, like for the most part, the time shared was well lived, but it is time for the bye now. And it could be the time for that day or the years spent, the months spent, but it taught you enough. Some of these situations really taught you enough, and the holding on too tight and the back and forth. Spirit just wants to remind the collective to be clear on what you want, so that they, as in source, whoever you believe is the higher power, they want to help you, but they don't know how to help you without the clear manifesting and decidedness from you. So the longer you are wanting something, it will occur, but it may not be it's also only going to occur within that person's willpower as well. It will be a backfire to try and get someone to do something against their will. Some of you, this is a warning message surrounding the back and forth. Please do not make someone go back and forth on like their own decisions, on their willpower and things, because that will just backfire in the end. You may not have that connection anymore with that person. Some of you may be needing to cut ties with someone who is like this, someone who just tries to get in the way of things, like just pushing you back and forth, like sort of in a bad way. That could be, in general, the context of being back and forth in this reading is a bad context because it's really confusing. And then some of you, it's like someone's literally pushing you in certain decisions and certain ideas. Maybe you had like just developmental, like just the way the development of the story line, or the development of how and why you think it could be wired a certain way related to your childhood, and you need to unlearn and learn. There is significance with maybe needing to ground and just, instead of swinging, put your feet on the ground and stand up, stand up for you, stand up for what you believe in, instead of being like the Two of Swords, blindfolded and with like their guard up. Actually stand up and fight and make a name of yourself, or make the change for yourself. However that applies or works for you, hopefully the process, you enjoy the process, and that you look forward to the process. And I literally mean that as part of the journey, but also processing the information. Like, take literally 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and like either close your eyes or put on music and like ponder about what your messages mean to you when they come. Okay, so that was finally all the messages. Thank you so much. I already said that, and then I ended up saying more. And so thank you so much for now the extra shared space. It's been a wonderful time just understanding what the collective's going through, and I definitely resonate also. And just have a good rest of your whatevers, your good morning, your good night, good afternoon. Just really make sure you have a good time from here on out, and keep smiling. We shall see you next time. Goodbye.